You have to follow science. Now, where have we heard that phrase before? As you know, it was used to defend the appalling COVID policies of lockdown and curfew around the world, policies which destroyed human freedom. But as we also know, these policies were not following the science at all. They were instead following scientists, some of them very sinister people who were not aiming to protect health, because COVID isn't dangerous, but who instead became intoxicated with the possibilities of wielding immense power, which is what they did, helped of course by politicians who wanted the same thing. Yet the same expression, "you have to follow science," can also be heard from the lips of Yuval Harari, an Israeli intellectual who is the guru of Davos, Klaus Schwab. Harari uses it to defend transhumanism. Like Schwab, Harari says that COVID is an opportunity to develop what he calls a new regime of surveillance under the skin. What he means, and again I'm quoting, is that we'll be able to hack human beings. By hacking organisms, elites may gain the power to re-engineer the future of life itself, Harari says. AI and biotechnology will give us godlike abilities to recreate completely new life forms. Wow. Klaus Schwab's Great Reset includes what he calls the Fourth Industrial Revolution. This, he claims, will lead to the fusion of our physical, digital, and biological identities. Schwab said that in the next 10 years, we will have intelligent microchips implanted into our bodies, which will communicate with devices outside our bodies and help us to develop into superhumans, to quote a video called The Fourth Industrial Revolution, available even now on the website of the World Economic Forum. But this transhumanist project is therefore the official policy of the Davos elites. Of course, it is presented as progress, robotic limbs and that sort of thing. But in fact, it is very sinister. Harari has said, the whole idea that humans have soul or spirit and nobody knows what's happening inside them, and they have free will, that's over. In other words, transhumanism aims to transform humans into robots. Free will, that's over. Transhumanism is the end of humanism and the end of humanity. Now, most normal people like you, dear viewer, will dismiss such cheap science fiction as ridiculous nonsense. But unfortunately, Harari's ideas are taken very seriously by very powerful people, and his books have sold tens of millions of copies. He is believed by Schwab, who boasts that Davos penetrates governments around the world. And the reason why he is believed is that crazy people throughout history have indeed wanted to create a new man. Hitler wanted to create physically superior beings through eugenics. The Bolsheviks wanted to create Soviet man whose behavior would be socialist and not individualist. Davos and Harari aim to do both, to create a physically and intellectually superior being which elites can control for the so-called greater good. For instance, to save the planet, or to prevent people from voting for Trump. But none of this will ever work, of course, because there is such a thing as human nature, and it does not change. But the attempt to change it, as Hitler's and Stalin's experiments showed us, can cause horrific damage. The transhumanist danger is no less a danger than the Nazi or communist danger, and that is why at Forum for Democracy we are determined to fight it.
If you like this video, please subscribe to our channel for regular updates, or go to forumfordemocracy.com for more content.